Welcome to exclusive coverage of the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs, only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The High School Soccer Playoffs at MSASports.net is sponsored by Progress, by Carlow University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates.
The history books are fit.
Good morning and welcome to the WPIAL Soccer Championships at Highmark Stadium. And we'll start things off with a Class A girls tilt as the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions, who come in 20-1, take on the Cougars of Charleroi 17-1-2. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers on a perfect November morning. And we got a couple of teams, and when you look at these teams right away, Brandon, you know these are two teams that can put the ball in the net.
Well, they both know where the net is. I mean, let's look at Greensburg Central's path to get to Highmark here. Opening round, they beat Quigley Catholic 7-0. Then they beat Swickley Academy 4-1, which was a low-scoring affair for them. Then they ended up beating Freedom in the semifinals to get here 7-2. Look on the other end of the bracket, Charleroi squeaked one out against Cardinal World North Catholic in round one. Round two, though, a little bit more of an impressive victory, 5-2. In round three, the semifinals, they ended up being able to squeak an overtime winning game against Shadyside Academy, 1-0, and the goal was scored by Kira Watkins, just her 1,000th goal of her career on the semifinal round. So she kind of picked it, or her 100th goal. Sorry, 1,000th goal. Wow, her 100th.
That would be quite a career.
Her 100th goal of her career. She picked quite the time to come up with that goal.
Of course, Greensburg Central Catholic, led by Bailey Cartwright, 70 goals to lead the WPIAL this year. But you mentioned Kira Watkins, third in the WPIAL with 43 goals. Now, to put that in perspective, the leading goal scorer for the boys this year was Matt Teitelbaum with 34 goals. And this girl has 70 in just 21 games.
Well, keep in mind, she's going to Notre Dame to play soccer. So maybe after the game, she'll just catch the clipper and go over and watch her football team play against Pitt.
University of Pittsburgh today. Of course, the head coach for Greensburg Central Catholic is her father, Brian Cartwright. Charleroi coached by Jim Rue. And you got some starters for us, Brandon?
We do. You brought her up, Bailey Cartwright, or the Cartwrights, rather. Sydney Ward, a sophomore midfielder. Kristen Deneza, a senior midfielder. Abby Scattell, a junior midfielder. Gabrielle Stoffer, a junior midfielder. Sarah Orndorff, a freshman defender. Bella Scattell, who will be in net tonight, a freshman. Kelly Rosenstiel, a junior midfielder. Mo Rosenstiel, a freshman defender. Sisters, the Rosenstiels. Shannon Sally, a junior defender. Sarah Ward, a senior defender. And off the bench, we'll see Bella Pellis, a sophomore midfielder. Alexa Schwerhera, a junior defender. And Erin Finley, a junior field player as well.
We are underway. Greensburg Central Catholic will go from right to left. White jerseys, maroon numerals, white shorts. Charleroi in the red jerseys, black pants with a red trim, and the numerals are white. So Central Catholic, that one deflected off Adriana Gottheld. But Charleroi on pursuit. Caitlin Finley, Caitlin Riley, she's got 20 goals of her own to Megan Sterner. Sterner tries to split the defense with a pass to the near side of the field. Charleroi still on the attack.
We're going to get a stoppage here soon. There's a girl down for Greensburg Central. She ended up, it looked like rolled her ankle over top of the ball on that tackle from Charleroi to turn the ball over.
I'm looking both sides of the field for the scoreboard. It's straight across from me. We are at Highmark Stadium, home of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, for these championship games, and we have just played 38 seconds of this one. And there is a Greensburg Central Catholic player down, so that gives you a chance to give the Charleroi starting lineup.
Sydney Toth, a senior goalkeeper for Charleroi. Shayla Watkins, a junior midfielder. Caitlin Riley, a junior forward. Ashlyn Lee, a sophomore mid. Jessica Day, a junior defender. Kira Watkins, a senior midfielder. Morgan Riley, junior defense. Caitlin McCann, sophomore mid. Adriana Gottheld, a freshman forward. And Gianna Biddle, a freshman midfield as well. And it looks like this is someone in the 20s, so I'm guessing they all three play defense. It could be Rosensteel, Sally, or Ward over there for GCC down on the field. We can't see her number being looked at. Like I said, it looked like she rolled her ankle over top of the ball when Charleroi went in on the tackle and was able to turn the ball over and get a little bit of offense going.
Yes, she's still surrounded by medical personnel. It's the Class A WPIAL Girls Championship game. Charleroi Cougars and the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. Of course, the Centurions are the defending WPIAL champion, have made quite a habit of being here in the championship game.
7th time, 5 in a row now. This is their 5th year in a row. The 7th time, Shannon Sally is the player down on the field there. But this is the 5th time in a row that she's gone down, or that Greensburg Central's made it to the finals in 5 out of 7 years, going back the last 7 year, or the last however many years. There's 7 times overall, though.
The Class AAA champions were crowned last night in girls. Norwin over Upper St. Clair 3-0. Cannon McMillan outlasting Fox Chapel 2-1 in overtime in the boys. And this must be a serious ankle injury as they're still working on the injured player down on the field. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers at Highmark Stadium on a nice sunshiny Saturday morning here in the Station Square area of Pittsburgh. And we were only able to get 38 seconds of this game in. And Greensburg Central Catholic, as you mentioned, quite the tradition in soccer. You know, you talk about Bailey Cartwright, 70 goals this year. Last year had 59 goals, 51 assists. She's the Notre Dame recruit. A couple of years ago, this is the school that has the state's all-time leading scorer in Franny Kraus, 208 goals. She is now a sophomore at Penn State University. And Malia Fabian is the state's all-time leader in assists. She is a sophomore at Duquesne University after first going to the University of Pittsburgh. And Central Catholic Centurions coming back on the field as they're still attending to the injured player, Shannon Sally, a junior defender for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. This is a team that on the season has outscored the opposition 147-13. Now, Charleroi's not outdone that much. This is a team's outscored the opposition 129-15. So both these teams can score, and both these teams do a great job of keeping the other team from scoring.
Well, the downfall for Greensburg Central is you're going to lose one of your better defenders in Sally, who's now up on her feet, kind of trying to put pressure on her right foot, but very, very quickly going back to the left foot, swaying back and forth down there on the field. It looks like we're already going to get Bella Pellis in for the Centurions as she's at midfield ready to check in for Sally. And Sally's not putting any weight on that right side, it looks like, from up here, Paul. So
walking very gingerly with the assistance of a couple of training personnel for the Centurions.
We'll take this chance right now to remind you that this game and the broadcast rights to this match are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the MSA Sports Network. Any broadcast of this match is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL and the MSA Sports Network is strictly prohibited.
And Shannon Sally being helped off the field. It's one of the few times that the clock will stop in soccer.
I got to give it to Jim Rue and Scott Cartwright too. As Scott Cartwright was walking off the field, Jim Rue came to midfield and said, "Is she okay?" Cartwright looked at her and said, "She'll be fine." And then he kind of lifted up and pointed to his ankle, saying that it was her ankle that got rolled up over. A lot of times you won't see coaches discuss injuries with each other and make sure that the opposing player is okay. I give Jim Rue all the credit in the world to meet Cartwright at midfield and ask him about that.
And we've got a throw in from Sarah Orndorff of Central Catholic. And we are back in action here with the ball for the Centurions. Abby Skattel. But the ball comes back to one of the back line members for Charleroi, Jessica Day. Jessica Day trying to get it to Megan Sterner. A little too far for her and will roll out of bounds. So the ball will belong on the goal kick to the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. In the pipes for the Centurions is the freshman Bella Skattel. And there's a kick down the field for Greensburg Central Catholic, but Charleroi is going to keep the ball on Greensburg Central Catholic side of play, but it's taken away by Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer loses control of it momentarily. Charleroi gets it back. Kira Watkins, and then a long pass trying to get it to Bailey Cartwright, but too far for her. And there's at least two Charleroi defenders following Cartwright all over the field. Long pass that time, too far for Gianna Biddle, and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in quickly for Greensburg Central Catholic. Central Catholic not able to get much of an attack going so far. Another throw in on the near side. Abby Skattel, long pass. Bailey Cartwright trying to operate, heads it, but it's taken away by the Charleroi defense. Greensburg Central Catholic gets it back. Kylie Rosensteel up ahead to Cartwright. Cartwright through the double team. Trying to maintain, but Jessica Day digs it away, but Cartwright battling for the ball. The Notre Dame recruit has it on the near side. Back past Abby Skattel. Skattel with a shot towards the goal. It's going to be handled by the back line of the Charleroi defense. They take it out. Greensburg Central Catholic keeps it. Mo Rosensteel to Bailey Cartwright. Touch pass. Abby Skattel puts one high in the air. Goes past the goal box and then kicked out of bounds a little wide left of the net by Gabrielle Stauffer.
Well, what Jim Rue's done is he's taken Aslan Lee and told her to man up on Cartwright. She's following her all over the field. But he's also taken his sweeper, and it looks like that is Morgan Riley, and told her to kind of bracket Cartwright, almost like you'll see a safety do on a good wide receiver over the top on the football field.
37-17 to play in the first half. We're scoreless. Charleroi, Greensburg Central Catholic, headed out by Sydney Ward on the far side. So it'll be a throw-in for Charleroi, Adriana Gottheld. Gottheld gets it in, but her pass a little bit too far. Going to be now it's going to roll out of bounds. So Sydney Ward will set it up for the goal kick by Bella Skattel, the freshman netminder. And then she hands it off, so it'll be a kick on the back line for Greensburg Central Catholic. Try a long kick in the middle of the field in the direction of Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright kicks, and it goes right off the face of Morgan Riley of Charleroi. Greensburg Central Catholic on the attack. Abby Skattel taken away by Jessica Day. Jessica Day of Charleroi. Yeoman-like work to get the ball away from Skattel and then kicks it forward. A lead pass in the direction of Morgan Sterner and then knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Charleroi. Gianna Biddle. Biddle and Sterner, couple of talented freshmen for this Charleroi team. Megan Sterner through the double team. Her pass taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic. Skattel on the near side. Up ahead to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright controls the ball. Bailey Cartwright, her of the 70 goals. Working in the middle of the field. Her pass deflected away and taken away by Charleroi's Kira Watkins. And Cartwright loses the ball, and it's going to roll. No, kept in play by Greensburg Central Catholic. Touching the ball over to the Charleroi side of the field and then kicked out of bounds by Charleroi. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic. 35-38 to play in the first half. We're scoreless.
The thing about bracketing Cartwright like that Paul, is it takes away her goal-scoring ability, but the issue that Charleroi has is she also had 51 assists last season as well. So she knows how to dish the ball and find an open player at the same time. So keep that in mind going forward. I bet you she'll start to try to find a player and try to get that double team, that bracket off of her if she can, by finding a girl open on a break and maybe finishing that way.
Kira Watkins on the far side has the ball knocked away. Out of bounds, last touch by Kristen Deneza of Greensburg Central Catholic.
Good tackle by Deneza, though.
Throw in on the far side, knocked out of bounds again, this time by Charleroi. So Deneza with the throw in on the far side. We've played a little over 5 minutes of this one. We are scoreless. Deneza's pass a little bit too far. Morgan Riley just boots it out of bounds. So there'll be a throw in on the Charleroi side of the field by Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer tries to get it to Cartwright, kicked out of bounds again. Stauffer with another throw in. Isabella Pellis, who's in there for the injured Shannon Sally. Mo Rosensteel taken away from her. Kira Watkins for the Charleroi Cougars. Watkins with a lead pass for Gianna Biddle, too far, but Biddle gets it back. Biddle marked very tightly by Sarah Orndorff of Greensburg Central Catholic. Now Megan Sterner comes back, takes the ball for Charleroi. Taken away from her. Battle in the middle of the field for the ball. And it's won by Greensburg Central Catholic. Pellis with the lead pass. Gets it up to Cartwright. Cartwright controls the ball. Cartwright eludes one defender. Kicks it from left to right to get away from another. Then a pass over to Stauffer on the right wing, just outside of the box. Stauffer's kick towards the net, headed a little wide. Abby Skattel went a little wide left of the net with that head attempt.
Yeah, very good try from Skattel, though. Just couldn't get her head on the other side of the ball to bring it back toward the net. Ended up deflecting it out of bounds for the Charleroi goal kick. And there you saw Cartwright, her foot handling ability, or foot ability, plus on top of that, finding the open player on the outside perimeter.
Greensburg Central Catholic has it momentarily taken away by Sterner, but the Centurions get it back. Kristen Dineza. Dineza up to Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer's pass for Cartwright too far. And Aislinn Lee knocking it out of bounds for Charleroi. There's a throw-in deflected out of bounds by Adriana Gottheld. So throw-in on the far side for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. 33 minutes to play in the first half. Looking for our first goal of this one. As we told you, these are two teams that know how to put the ball in the net, but also two teams that know how to keep the other team from scoring. Pass into Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright. Ball taken away, but therefore it is Stauffer for Greensburg Central Catholic, but it's going to roll out of bounds for a throw-in for the Centurions. Quickly into Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel, the Robert Morris University recruit. Her pass for Cartwright, deflected away by the defense of Charleroi. Pellis gets it back. Pellis to Rosensteel and kicks that one towards the net, but going to her knees to make the save is Sydney Toth.
First shot of the game for either team so far. Yeah, we bring up Bailey Cartwright, who's a Notre Dame recruit, joined on the all WPIAL team from Greensburg Central. Sarah Ward, who's going to St. Francis. She's a senior, and junior Kelly Rosensteel, an RMU recruit. So they just keep playing soccer over there.
What a program they've built over the years for Greensburg Central Catholic soccer. A couple of state championships on their record. And a throw-in for the Centurions, who are starting to control the play here. And this one comes up to Cartwright, but knocked away from her and out of bounds by Gottheld. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Centurions. Trying to get Cartwright the ball, but as you mentioned, Brandon, tight defense being played on her by Charleroi. There's a pass for Cartwright, knocked away by Aislinn Lee for Charleroi. Greensburg Central Catholic keeping the ball on Charleroi's side of play. Rosensteel taken away from her. Now Megan Sterner with a pass to Gianna Biddle. Biddle keeps it on the field of play in the near side. Biddle coming from left to right. Touch pass ahead. Shayla Watkins, but that's a little too far for Megan Sterner, and will go out of bounds. 31-10 to play in the first half. Charleroi and Greensburg Central Catholic scoreless here on a Saturday morning at Highmark Stadium. And a goal kick for Greensburg Central Catholic by Bella Skattel. Pass ricochets off a couple of players out of bounds, will belong to Charleroi for a throw-in on the near side. And that'll be handled by Gianna Biddle. Biddle's throw-in for Megan Sterner. Sterner, tight defense from Greensburg Central Catholic. Sarah Orndorff. Then it's taken away by the Centurions. But the pass goes on open field to Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley, it's taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic, trying to get it up to Cartwright, but Morgan Riley's first to the ball. And then taken away by Stauffer of Greensburg Central Catholic, but Sydney Ward of Charleroi. Up ahead to Caitlin Riley. Charleroi trying to come on the attack now. Taken away by the Centurions, but there's Riley for Shayla Watkins, for Charleroi. And Greensburg Central Catholic now with the ball. Good ball handling there for Abby Skattel on the near side. Skattel ahead to Cartwright. Cartwright showing those moves. Bailey Cartwright trying to get free of the Charleroi defense. Cartwright's kick's going to go way wide left of the net.
She's pressing a little bit, and you can kind of see it on the field. She's trying to get the shot toward the net. But this is a good job by the Cougars defense, just kind of shutting her down, not letting her get an open turn and get space, just breaking her down that way and not letting them beat her with her feet.
Goal kick for the Charleroi Cougars. We've played a little over 10 minutes of this one. No score and really only one shot on goal thus far. That registered by Greensburg Central Catholic. Now Charleroi on the attack. Kira Watkins. Kira Watkins with a throw-in to Caitlin Riley. Riley shielded off the ball by Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. And it goes out of bounds for a goal kick for the Centurions of Greensburg Central Catholic. And handling the kick in the back line will be Kylie Rosensteel. Puts up the right arm, approaches the ball. Boots a long one. Goes on the Charleroi side of the field, but the Cougars are there for it. Kick over to the Centurion side of the field, but Greensburg Central Catholic gets it back. There's a pass, Skattel with a touch pass up to Cartwright. Bailey Cartwright with some open field in front of her. Cartwright looking for the lead pass, but it's going to be taken away by the Charleroi defense, but the ball comes back to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright trying to handle the ball through the double and triple team. Over on the far side, they find Skattel cutting to the hoop. She shoots. Diving save by Sydney Toth to knock the ball away and out of bounds.
Good job at Toth, though, to make that far post run and try to get the shot on goal. She does just that, but a very, very big-time save by Charleroi's goaltender, and this will go over for the first corner kick of the game. Looks like Skattel's going to take it.
Skattel on the near side to our left. Had a great opportunity there, but Sydney Toth registering a huge save, the senior goalkeeper for the Charleroi Cougars. And there's the goal kick, but the Charleroi defense collapses and gets the ball. But it comes back to Skattel. Skattel gets away from Jessica Day. Battle for the ball between the two of them, and Skattel loses it out of bounds. Starting to get a little bit more action here. The teams are past the feeling out process.
Yeah, usually that's going to last the first 10 minutes, but boy, Greensburg Central's putting on the offense right now, putting on the offensive display. I think Cartwright might have had a little bit of a more run there when she cleared it to the outside to allow the cross for Skattel. I think she might have been able to get in closer to the 18 and maybe take a shot.
Cartwright to Skattel. Skattel pass in the middle of the field for Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward has it taken away by Shayla Watkins. And now Charleroi tries to counterattack. Jessica Day operating with the ball. Lead pass for Megan Sterner, who hits the ground hard. And are we going to have a
free kick?
Free kick for the Cougars of Charleroi. And that's going to be handled by Kira Watkins, the third leading scorer in the WPIAL. 43 goals on the year. As you heard Brandon mention, 100 for her career. Saw the playoff game against New Brighton where they won 5-2. She had a hat trick in that one. Free kick. That one's bodied towards the goal. An opportunity for Charleroi. Taken away, though, by the Greensburg Central Catholic defense. Long lead pass to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright past the midfield stripe. Bailey Cartwright operating against the Charleroi defense. Splits the double team. Then she goes to the ground hard. Free kick for Greensburg Central Catholic.
This will be from about 22, 23 yards out. So this is a big-time kick opportunity for the Centurions to get something toward the net.
And Cartwright will take it. Little dead ball strike on the free kick. Cartwright surveying the field. This will put a lot of pressure on Sydney Toth, the Charleroi goalkeeper. Cartwright places it. And she's ready to go with 26 minutes to play in the first half. No score. Greensburg Central Catholic has had a couple of opportunities. Cartwright wipes her hands. There's the kick towards the goal. A little wide right of the net. And the ball will go over to the Charleroi Cougars.
And it looks like Sally's going to leave. She's wrapped up to her knee on her left leg. We were saying it was her right leg. She's wrapped up to her knee on her left leg, jumping out on the field with some assistance. So wish her the best of luck in her health and try to get back quickly if nothing bad happened.
Shannon Sally, the junior defender, injured just 38 seconds into the game. Long pass for Charleroi in the direction of Caitlin Riley, but taken away by a triple team by Central Catholic. Ward up ahead to Cartwright, too far for her. Lee knocks it away for Charleroi. Gianna Biddle. Biddle's kick's going to roll out of bounds, and the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions will get it back with a throw-in near sideline.
Now, neither of these teams is it their last game of the year. They'll move on to the PIAA, so you don't have to worry about something like that as far as if you lose, you're done, like the WPIAL first and second round playoffs were. So,
and the state playoffs beginning Tuesday.
no rest for the weary.
The winner of this game will play the champion of District 10, while the loser will play the champion of District 5 in the first round, November 10th, Tuesday. Bailey Cartwright, left foot, right foot. There's a kick towards the net, a little wide right. And I think you're right, Brandon. I think she is really pressing.
Well, I think she's trying to get that first goal, and it's a big goal. You get the first goal in the championship round, but her foot handling skills are spot on. She took that ball about hip high off the top of her spike, off the top of her cleat, pulled it down to the field, basically levitating it on her spike for the most part to get that turn.
Goal kick for the Cougars of Charleroi. And that one's too far for Biddle, but Megan Sterner's there for the Cougars, taken away from her. Abby Skattel. Abby Skattel ball handling. Works it over on the far side to Pellis. Isabella Pellis. It's up to Bailey Cartwright. Eludes a defender. Cartwright handling the ball. 5 Charleroi Cougars around her. And the Cougars take it away. But there's Skattel back to Cartwright. Cartwright in the box area. Tries a cross pass. It's deflected by Charleroi. But there's Greensburg Central Catholic Mo Rosensteel to her sister Kylie. Kylie handling the ball. Near side. Skattel. Skattel with a touch pass high in the air. Going to be handled by the defense of Charleroi, Shayla Watkins, but Greensburg Central Catholic keeping it on the Charleroi side of the field. That pass a bit too far for Stauffer. Out of bounds will belong to the Cougars. Yes, there's a defensive effort concentrated on Bailey Cartwright.
No, and rightfully so, but somebody else has got to step up and put the ball in the back of the net, because as soon as that happens, Coach Jim Rue is going to have to reevaluate his defensive strategy and not so much go away from guarding Cartwright, but at the same time realize that there's other girls on this team. We're going to get a free kick, Centurions.
Yeah, push called on the Charleroi Cougars. So it will be a free kick. 22-38. And turning to play in the first half. Neither team has found the back of the net, but Greensburg Central Catholic has dominated play. Kylie Rosensteel looks over to Coach Brian Cartwright. Of course, that's the father of Bailey Cartwright. We had a chance to talk to him before the game. There's the long kick from Rosensteel, and that's going to go wide left of the net and out of bounds. We had a chance to talk to both coaches, and they both had a little bit of nervousness, you could tell.
Oh, yeah. the nervousness was palatable between both of these coaches. Not a whole heck of a lot to say for either of them, and Scott Cartwright was kind of – he wasn't all there, at least paying attention to our conversation. He was watching his girls on the field, making sure everyone was healthy and everyone was warming up properly. Plus, on top of that, keeping an eye on the Charleroi side to figure out what they had going on and make sure he was ready defensively.
Stauffer with the throw-in on the far side, tosses it into the box. Taken away by Charleroi, then deflected off Pellis and out of bounds. Pellis of Greensburg Central Catholic, so the ball will go back to the Charleroi Cougars. And on the back line, it'll be a kick from Caitlin McCann of the Cougars. Caitlin McCann played a very strong game against New Brighton on the defensive end. And McCann's pass ahead to Adriana Gottheld. Gottheld, long pass, out of bounds, off the fence and into the netting. Guess if you really kick one far, you can send it into the river.
There's a high net there over the back by the train tracks, too. But I would wonder if someone for the Riverhounds at one time or another has kicked one into the Allegheny, and if so, it could have ended up at my house.
You'll have to be on the lookout. Bailey Cartwright operating for Greensburg Central Catholic. Charleroi takes the ball away. Kira Watkins with a long pass for Caitlin Riley. Riley handles. Riley touch pass. Watkins, this is Sterner. Sterner for Watkins, too far for her, and deflected out of bounds by Kristen Dineza of Greensburg Central Catholic.
And after we said Greensburg Central was getting all the offensive pressure, now Charleroi starting to put on a little bit of offensive pressure of their own. Let's see if they can get something toward the net now.
Caitlin Riley. Riley, who's got 20 goals this year, out of bounds.
Corner kick.
And a corner kick for Charleroi on the far side to our right. Cougars' best opportunity as we are midway through the first half. Right now, no score. Charleroi, Greensburg Central Catholic. Kira Watkins with the corner kick on the far side to our right. Watkins approaches, boots the ball towards the goal, deflected out of bounds by Greensburg Central Catholic, Sydney Ward. So another corner kick.
Not a bad corner kick, not a bad spot to put it now. I would probably assume she's going to try to put it a little bit further out toward the penalty kick area after that was defended nicely by Greensburg Central.
Ward gets her foot on the ball again. Greensburg Central Catholic collapsing on defense, deflect the ball out of the box area. And it's taken away by Pellis. Pellis with a long pass ahead. Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer has it taken away, stripped by Jessica Day. Battle for the ball, Stauffer and Day. Day keeps it on the field of play, then knocked out of bounds by Stauffer of Greensburg Central Catholic.
This will be a throw-in, Charleroi. And Stauffer was lined up in a striker position from her normal midfield, and Cartwright was dumped back into the box on that corner opportunity.
Long pass handled by Greensburg Central Catholic goalie Bella Skattel. And Skattel boots one long in the direction of Cartwright, but Jessica Day is there for Charleroi. Cartwright battling her.
Dangerous kick on Cartwright.
So free kick for the Charleroi Cougars, 18:25 on the moving clock. The play in the first half, still scoreless. And you got a feeling, Brandon, the team that gets its first goal, that's just going to be so huge here this morning.
And look at the free kick, and Aslan Lee is standing right in front of Cartwright to make sure she doesn't get her foot on the ball in any way, shape, or form.
She just might follow Bailey Cartwright.
She has all game so far.
She might follow her into the locker room at halftime.
I wouldn't doubt she follows her the whole way to Greensburg after the game. She's just so used to it.
Yeah, Lee just marking Cartwright all over the field, being her shadow. Greensburg Central Catholic, the pass from Mo Rosensteel, taken away. Long pass from Charleroi, but waiting for it there is Bella Skattel of Greensburg Central Catholic. Bella Skattel, of course, the sister of Abby Skattel. And they have a brother who plays on the Greensburg Central Catholic football team that went down to defeat in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs last night. Saw athletic director and head coach Dan Mahoney before the game and said, tough game last night. And he just sort of nodded. They lost to Cannabin 35-28.
Yeah, he just kind of shook his head like, yeah, you're right.
Abby Skattel taken away by Jessica Day, but there's Rosensteel for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions with some good ball handling. Dribbling that ball to Skattel. Skattel, touch pass to Cartwright. Cartwright shoots. Shot deflected. And there's a little bit of frustration on the face of Bailey Cartwright.
Well, and rightfully so, because Caitlin McCann came out of nowhere from her sweeper position, was able to get her left foot on that shot. It was a good shot and a good shot attempt from Cartwright, but at the same time, she's just being bracketed. And you see it all the time on the basketball court. You get one guy who follows an offensive player, an offensive juggernaut player around, and she's, like we said, I wouldn't doubt that Aslan Lee just kind of follows her into the locker room and everywhere else she goes the rest of the day.
Central Catholic with the ball. Skattel kicks it on the back line now to Sydney Ward. Ward with a long pass in direction of Pellis off the head of Kira Watkins of Charleroi. Watkins with a long pass over on the far side. Kristen Dineza for Greensburg Central Catholic. Dineza's slide kick up ahead, but there's the Charleroi Cougars around the ball. Pellis briefly gets it away. Long pass for Charleroi. Riley with a bit of an opportunity. Riley shoots, and it goes just wide right of the net. Probably the best opportunity of the game thus far for the Charleroi Cougars. And it'll be a goal kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. 15:52 and turning to play in the first half. We are scoreless. Some good opportunities for both teams. GCC has probably dominated play. And a long pass ahead, too far. There's the Charleroi defense. That's Adriana Gottheld, taken away by Gabrielle Stauffer, but her pass for Cartwright. A whistle sounds, so it's going to be a throw-in for Charleroi on the far side. Gottheld for Caitlin Riley, but the Central Catholic defense is around the ball. There's a header off the head of a few players there. Then Rosensteel over for Stauffer. Gabrielle Stauffer, it's out of bounds off Gottheld of Charleroi. At the 15-minute mark of the first half, there's a throw-in. 3 players around Cartwright, and there's a train on the far side of the field. My first appearance at Highmark. I'm loving all the atmosphere.
Oh, the view's phenomenal, and it's cool when the train goes by, but it also is no fun because it kind of takes away from the motion of the game, if you ask me, because it's going opposite right now from the flow of the game.
Be a throw-in on the far side for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. Of course, this game is brought to you by Prograss, first in turf. Stauffer, Cartwright operating on the right wing. Pass back out, that's deflected off the toe of Gottheld. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic. Sarah Ward. Ward lobs it. Excuse me, that was Deneza. And it comes back out to Rosensteel with a header. Up to Sarah Ward. Megan Sterner for Charleroi. Ahead to Caitlin Riley off her toe and is going to go to Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic on the back line. Ward gets the ball away from Riley. Greensburg Central Catholic coming from right to left. Ward ahead. Kira Watkins. Watkins deflected by Greensburg Central Catholic's Mo Rosensteel. Charleroi pressing now on the Greensburg Central Catholic side of the field. Long pass for Gianna Biddle, but Biddle's going to be beaten to the ball by Sarah Orndorff of Greensburg Central Catholic. Rolls out of bounds. Orndorff with the throw in on the near side. Ahead to Abby Skattel. Abby Skattel touch back to Sarah Orndorff. Orndorff with a long pass in the direction of Bailey Cartwright, and there's Aislinn Lee in her back pocket. But Cartwright operating with some open space on the near side. Cartwright double team now. Cartwright tries a pass. Gets the ball to Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward has it taken away by Shayla Watkins of Charleroi. And up ahead to Kristen Riley. Again, Charleroi wards off the attack, but Riley whiffs on the ball. And Greensburg Central Catholic ahead. Here's Abby Skattel. Jessica Day on her. Skattel wards her off. Pass to Mo Rosensteel, and then Rosensteel is going to send this one out of bounds. Will belong to Charleroi. 12:48 and turning to play in the first half. Still scoreless in the WPIAL Class A championship game between Greensburg Central Catholic and Charleroi. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers.
Good
Highmark Stadium. Skattel with a steal. But her pass for Cartwright taken away by Aislinn Lee. Her best buddy night. Skattel hits the ground hard. Cartwright shoots, and this one wide right of the net. And the look of frustration on the face of Bailey Cartwright continues.
Well, a lot of it has to do that Lee's just in her back pocket all game. As soon as she gets the ball and tries to turn, not able to do such, and it's impressive defense from her.
Throw in from Charleroi. There's the header up ahead. Battling for the ball, Megan Sterner. Now Gianna Biddle, the freshman connection, but it's taken away by Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel, long pass for Stauffer. But the Charleroi defense up to the task. Gottheld ahead to Kira Watkins. Watkins has it taken away by Sarah Ward. And we've got a whistle.
Free kick Greensburg Central.
With 11:40 to play in the first half.
Free kick for Greensburg.
I don't believe the Charleroi fans like that call.
Well,
just a guess.
You get any group of soccer fans and a call goes against them, they're not going to like it.
Sarah Ward will handle the free kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. Left foots it in the direction of No, there's a header from Rosensteel to Cartwright. Cartwright gets free, but there's the triple team around her. Sends it towards the goal, and a diving save again by Sydney Toth. Her second diving save of the first half. Cartwright didn't get a lot on that ball.
No, but a lot of it had to do that there were three defenders barreling down on her the entire time. She went left-footed with it, did a good job. That's her best scoring opportunity so far of the game, though. So getting a little bit of forward motion is the junior striker.
Orndorff with the throw in to Mo Rosensteel for Central Catholic, and Rosensteel kicks it out of bounds. Right off a member of the Charleroi coaching staff. There's a pass in. Shayla Watkins. Watkins, but it's taken away by Orndorff of Greensburg Central Catholic. Ahead to Mo Rosensteel. A little bit to our right. Ball on the Greensburg Central Catholic side of the field. Jessica Day sends it in. Shayla Watkins. Sister Kira. Kira with some good ball handling to get free. She shoots, but that one's going to roll just wide left of the net.
Charleroi saying that was deflected, and it was. They're going to get another corner kick.
Corner kick near side as we close in on the 10-minute mark of the first half. No score yet in this one. Handling the corner kick will be Morgan Riley for the Cougars. Fans starting to make some noise here for Charleroi. Riley's kick taken away by the Greensburg Central Catholic defense, who send it out in the direction of Jessica Day. Day trying to find Kristen Riley, but knocked away from her. Kylie Rosensteel deflected by Gianna Biddle. And now we got a shove down by Greensburg Central Catholic. Charleroi fans want to call. They're not getting it. Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright gets free. Bailey Cartwright, one defender in front of her, but two more in hot pursuit. Cartwright handling the ball. Cartwright shoots, and the ball goes over the net. Bailey Cartwright was shooting that ball no matter what.
She was not looking for the pass on that one whatsoever. As soon as she got down and beat Lee, the first time all game she's been able to get past Lee. Ends up getting inside the 18 and wide open shot, just kind of put it over top, wasn't able to get her body over top of the ball.
McCann, Caitlin McCann, her pass taken away by Abby Skatell. Skatell marked by Biddle, gets free. Jessica Day comes up to play defense. Skatell gets free of her, but the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll belong to the Charleroi Cougars. Be a throw-in for Gianna Biddle. She will handle the throw-in. Jessica Day gets the throw from Biddle. Day up ahead to Kira Watkins. Kira Watkins with a left foot pass up to Caitlin Riley. Riley pops one high in the air in the direction of Megan Sterner. Sterner keeps the defender away. Back pass in direction of Shayla Watkins. Kylie Rosensteel hits the ground, and the call goes against Charleroi.
Well, if you didn't say it, you would have known by the fan base just yelling the entire time. As soon as that call gets made, Charleroi's fan base just up in arms on it, and a little bit too much physicality at this point in the soccer game. Officials are going to start to get a little bit more whistles on the play.
Long pass by Sydney Ward, taken away by the Cougars. Caitlin Riley, excuse me. Riley near side to Gianna Biddle, and Biddle loses it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Greensburg Central Catholic. 7.5 to play in the first half. We're scoreless. Ward, long pass in the direction of Bailey Cartwright. And there's Cartwright operating with the ball. Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright trying to just cut through the Charleroi defense, but she's knocked off the ball by Shayla Watkins, and it's taken away by the Cougars.
Four
bounds.
defenders that time converged on Cartwright when she got the ball and made the turn.
There's the throw-in. Sarah Orndorff up ahead to Abby Skatell, knocked away by Shayla Watkins and into the stands. So another throw-in for Greensburg Central Catholic, Mo Rosensteel. For Cartwright, Aislinn Lee on her as she's been all day. And Cartwright has the ball taken away. Morgan Riley up ahead, out of bounds off Central Catholic.
That was a good job by Lee, though. When Cartwright got the ball to her head, she tried to get it down to her feet. As soon as it started to break down, put her left foot in there and ended up deflecting it away, just getting enough of it to allow Charleroi to get the clearance.
Long pass for Cartwright, taken away by Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley for Gottheld on the far side. Gottheld gets away from a Central Catholic defender. Passes the ball forward, but there's Pellis sending a long one to Cartwright. Cartwright with some open field. Lee in hot pursuit. Cartwright handling the ball just to the right of the box area. Cartwright still handling. Cartwright shot deflected out of bounds.
Corner kick for the Centurions.
Corner kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. Far side to our left. And Gabrielle Stauffer, the junior. Looks like she'll handle the corner kick. Now Mo Rosensteel, a freshman, is going to go over and take it. As clock winds down to 5:45 to play in the first half of a scoreless tie. WPIAL Class A championship game. Greensburg Central Catholic, Charleroi. And there's the corner kick going high in the air, goes off the hands of Toth, the goalie. Skatell sends one towards the net. Toth bobbles it again and is able to collect it. But a good opportunity for the Centurions.
Good job at Toth there to get her fist on the ball and punch it far enough out to allow herself to recover and end up making that save.
Isabella Pellis. Now this is Skatell. Orndorff up ahead to Abby Skatell. Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward finds Skatell. Skatell through to Cartwright. Cartwright. Defense collapses on her as it has all day. Bailey Cartwright shoots another one and going to her knees to make the save is Toth.
That ball would have been wide of the goal regardless of what happened, but a good job of Toth to corral it in. Now she'll set up on the kick.
Toth, left-footed punt. Mo Rosensteel Foots it forward. Charleroi gets it back. Shayla Watkins. Caitlin Riley's ahead of the pack, but going to her knees to make the save and grab that ball. Keep it away from danger. Bella Skattel, the Greensburg Central Catholic goalkeeper.
Good job for Bella Skattel to come out and corral it, put her arms, tuck her elbows in, and pull that ball in to not give up a shot.
Rosensteel sends it back to Sydney Ward. Ward long pass, deflected away. Riley sends it high in the air. Now Gianna Biddle has it taken away from her by Mo Rosensteel. Little volleying back and forth. Pass for Biddle. Megan Sterner, too far for her. Isabella Pellis takes it away for Greensburg Central Catholic. Pellis just sends it to the waiting toe of Morgan Riley. Over to Caitlin Riley. Taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic again.
And Isabella Pellis getting some minutes that she's not used to getting as she came in really early, 38 seconds in for Shannon Sally, who was taken away from the field.
Long pass for Cartwright. Bailey Cartwright's able to track it down. Aislinn Lee on defense. Cartwright, shot, deflected. It's going to roll wide. Abby Skattel's going to try to track this one down before it goes out of bounds and cannot. And the ball will belong to the Charleroi Cougars. 3:19 to play in the first half of the scoreless tie. Jessica Day with the throw-in, but Abby Skattel heads it forward. That'll roll out of bounds again on the back line.
Very productive first half for the Cougars so far. They've done a good job of shutting down Bailey Cartwright, done a good job of shutting down the entire offense of Greensburg Central, which came into this game as one of the most high-powered offenses in the WPIAL.
Aaron Finley checking in the Greensburg Central Catholic lineup, the junior. Gabrielle Stauffer taking a seat on Brian Cartwright's bench. Ball stays on the Charleroi side of the field. It's Abby Skattel near side. Jessica Day on her. Skattel kicks it out of bounds. Tried to keep it on the field of play, could not.
That's a couple times Skattel's tried to go up the sideline smartly, but gets a little bit too close to that line and ends up losing it by maybe 6 inches or so off the line.
Throw in for Gianna Biddle to Megan Sterner. Sterner kicks it on the back line to Caitlin McCann. McCann has it deflected by Cartwright. Finley with the ball. Finley battling for it. Knocked away by the Charleroi defense. They'll get it out of danger momentarily. Now the ball heading towards midfield, taken away by the Charleroi Cougars. Touch pass to Megan Sterner from Kira Watkins. Sterner trying to track it down. Pellis gets over there, and the ball deflected off Isabella Pellis. So a throw in on the near side with under 2 minutes to play in the first half for Charleroi.
Would have liked to see Finley try to rifle that ball on the net inside the 18 there. Tried a little bit too hard to get it to Cartwright, I think.
Touch pass in the middle of the field. Watkins with an opportunity. Shot. Blocked by a sliding Sarah Ward on the far side. Tracking it down. Caitlin Riley taken away from her by Sydney Ward. Sydney Ward pass deflected out of bounds by Caitlin Riley of Charleroi. Be a throw-in for Greensburg Central Catholic. Lobbed up ahead. The Charleroi defense waiting for it. Long pass ahead for Caitlin Riley. But Sydney Ward's going to beat her to the ball and knock it out of bounds. But I think it was last touched by Riley.
Goal kick for the Centurions.
So it'll be a goal kick with a minute to play in the first half for Greensburg Central Catholic.
Sydney Ward did a good job there, just shielding the ball, letting it roll out of bounds with the bad clearance from Charleroi.
Bella Skattel. Pass deflected by Charleroi. And the Cougars keep it on Greensburg Central Catholic side of play. But it's taken away by Skattel. Mo Rosensteel. Her pass stolen by Kira Watkins of Charleroi, who's bumped down from behind.
We're going to see a card. You've got it.
Kick for the Cougars.
If you're the official, you've got to pull a card on that. That was over and over and over again. Kelly Rosensteel just continuing to go into her and ended up throwing a forearm shiver.
17 seconds to play in the first half. Kira Watkins taking the free kick. Final opportunity of the half. Clock down to 10 seconds. Watkins' kick headed towards the goal, but goes into the waiting arms of Bella Skattel, the goalkeeper. And that's going to be the end of the first half. The score, Charleroi nothing, Greensburg Central Catholic nothing. You are listening to the 2015 WPIAL Girls Soccer Playoffs, sponsored by Progress and Carlow University, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Welcome back to Highmark Stadium as we're bringing you the Single A Girls Championship game. We'll run down stats real quick and then send it away to another break real quick as well. Statistically, in the first half, no goals scored. 3 shots on goal for Greensburg Central Catholic to 1 for Charleroi, and that 1 for Charleroi came very, very late. 2 corners for the Centurions, 3 corners for Charleroi, 4 free kicks and 3 free kicks for Greensburg Central and Charleroi apiece. 1 save total for Greensburg Central, and then 3, of course, for the Charleroi Cougars as we're knotted up at nothing at half. 0-0 at the half, which is a very impressive first half played by Charleroi. Take another quick break, come back and break down the first half and go over the second half changes as you're listening to the 2015 WPIAL Girls Soccer Playoff, sponsored by Progress and Carlo University, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Attention high school seniors, as one of America's top colleges, you'll want to visit Grove City College for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th. Explore more than 50 majors and learn more about the value of a Grove City College education. Did you know it's the lowest cost of any private four-year college in Pennsylvania? Register for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th at gcc.edu or call 724-458-2100. Grove City College, because faith and learning matter.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to msasports.net for coverage of all other scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIAL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network. Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIAL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
From the day we were born, I've always been ahead of my twin sister. First to talk, first to walk, and I'm always first to try the latest and greatest of everything.
So, you have everything checking from Dollar Bank?
Of course I do.
Wait, what? You know, everything checking. There's no monthly service fee. It is online banking, alerts, mobile deposit, 55,000 free ATMs, and 1.60% APY on savings.
Really?
Plus the Dollar Bank app to stay connected to it all.
When did you get that?
And now, I can be the first to pay with my Dollar Bank Debit MasterCard from my mobile phone.
Your total is $42.90.
I have to go.
Bye-bye, sis.
Ask for new everything checking only from Dollar Bank. Call 1-800-242-BANK. Stop by or visit dollarbank.com for details. Dollar Bank. Mutually inspired. Rate and service fee waiver require everything checking with 6 qualifying monthly payments. 0.25% annual percentage yield over $20,000. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank. Member FDIC.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend, then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
Back at Highmark Stadium, Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers. It's the WPIAL Girls Class A Championship soccer game. Scoreless as we get ready for the second half. And both teams had some good opportunities in the first half, Brandon, but the defenses were up to the task for both Charleroi and Greensburg Central Catholic.
Yeah, a very good job for Charleroi shutting down Bailey Cartwright, who is no stranger to tickling the twine of the back of the net. 77 goals on the year coming into tonight. Notre Dame recruit, she was 50 and 51 last year.
58 goals, 51, or is it 59 goals, I think, last year?
I think it's 59. 59 goals and 51 assists last
59
year.
goals, 51 assists last year, 70 goals this year. Notre Dame recruit, but Charleroi's done a great job on her.
A very good job, and have shut her down almost to the point of, as we said a couple of times, visible frustration on the field. And I'm sure her dad is in the locker room doing the dadly thing and saying, you need to calm down and take your time and just get your shot off. Trying to calm down his daughter, but a very good job of Jim Rue's Charleroi Cougars just shutting her down. Like I said, they're bracketing her like you'd see a safety do on a football field of a good receiver, a forward against a fellow forward on the basketball hardwood. So be interesting to see how this second half goes, if they can get her out and running on the second half and get her a goal. I think also the other Centurions are doing they're pressing too hard to try to get her the ball in a scoring opportunity, in a scoring situation to allow her to get a goal.
Teams back on the field. Charleroi Cougars in the red jersey, white numerals, black shorts with a red trim. Greensburg Central Catholic in the white jerseys, white shorts, maroon numerals. Charleroi will go from right to left. Of course, that means Greensburg Central Catholic will go from left to right as we get ready for the second half. At least I think so. Second half underway. Charleroi, Kira Watkins works it over on the far side, knocked away, but Charleroi pass for Caitlin Riley. She shielded off the ball, and it's taken away by Krista Deneza. Greensburg Central Catholic's defense has done a great job, even after losing one of its key members, Shannon Sally, just 38 seconds into the game. Out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick. Give it to Kylie Rosensteel for Greensburg Central Catholic. The goalies, Bella Scattell for Greensburg Central Catholic, coached by Brian Cartwright. Charleroi goalie Sydney Toth, who made a couple of great saves in the first half. Jim Rue, the coach of the Charleroi Cougars. Cougars putting on the pressure again, but it's taken away by Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright's back.
She's playing midfield. She's dropped back to midfield now.
So a change by her dad, head coach Brian Cartwright. Ward, Sarah Ward, for Greensburg Central Catholic, kicks it away from Jessica Day on the far side. Abby Scattell gets free. Scattell, pass ahead to Mo Rosensteel. Mo Rosensteel, back kick. Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright working it over on the near side with a pass for Stauffer. Stauffer whiffed on the ball and rolled out of bounds. Stauffer had a chance there.
She did, but even though Cartwright moved back to midfield, you still see Aslan Lee in her back pocket so far this second half, and kind of just following her around the field, making sure that she's tightly defended.
Caitlin McCann on the back line with the kick for the Charleroi Cougars to Gianna Biddle. Biddle marked by Sarah Ward, and Biddle kicks it over on the far side, and it's going to roll out of bounds and belong to the Charleroi Cougars. Still looking for our first goal of this one. And there's the throw in from Biddle ahead to Megan Sterner. Sterner, back kick to Gianna Biddle. Biddle with a long pass for Caitlin Riley, but headed away by Sydney Ward. Pellis, Rosensteel now. Rosensteel sends it on the far side, too far for Sarah Ward. But there's Abby Scattell getting free with a good kick behind her back. Scattell marked tightly by Jessica Tay. Still handling the ball. Scattell passes middle of the field to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright, touch pass overhead to Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer still handling. Back kick to Pellis. Isabella Pellis. Pellis looking for Cartwright. Taken away by Kira Watkins. Kira Watkins sends it long, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Greensburg Central Catholic. Kristen Deneza. Deneza up ahead for Gabrielle Stauffer. Too far for her. Shayla Watkins. Shayla Watkins keeps it on the field of play and then kicks it off the toe of Stauffer and out of bounds. Good work there by Shayla Watkins.
Yeah, good job there to not only kick it out of bounds, but end up deflecting it off of a Centurion to get the throw-in.
Up ahead for Kristen Riley, taken away. Bailey Cartwright gets the ball. Cartwright with a touch pass to Stauffer. Stauffer in pursuit of the ball, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And again, the look of frustration continues on the face of Bailey Cartwright.
Last thing you want to do is show your opponent frustration on the field, though. She's got to kind of calm down a little bit because she's going to let Aslan Lee know that she's winning the game so far to this point.
They've done a great job. Cartwright's had a couple of shots, but not really great opportunities. Kristen McCann up ahead. One comes forward to Megan Sterner of Charleroi. Then Sterner knocked to the ground by Rosensteel. Rosensteel's been physical out there for the Centurions today.
Yeah, just a little.
So it'll be a free kick for the Charleroi Cougars right at about midfield, just to the left of the center circle in the middle of the field here at Highmark Stadium. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers with you. McCann sends a long one, but it's headed forward by Cartwright. No, that's not Cartwright. That's Rosensteel. Excuse me. McCann.
Close. Both long blonde hair.
Yeah. Sometimes those ponytails shield the uniform number. Cartwright over to Scattell. Scattell with a touch pass for Mo Rosensteel, but it lands in the waiting arms of Sydney Toth, the Charleroi goalkeeper.
The one thing Cartwright has that stands out is she has the Irish green headband on the front part of her head.
And the pink shoes.
Well, there's a couple pink shoes floating around out there.
And there's a pass that's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in right in front of us here from the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. Long pass that's going to go too far, but it's going to go out of bounds off the head of Shayla Watkins.
It'll be a corner kick for Greensburg Central. Let's see what they can get offensively here on a big-time corner. This is their opportunity. And I'm just watching Cartwright walk into the 6-yard box, and Aslan Lee, they could be holding hands, and you wouldn't think anything of it.
They should exchange Christmas cards. They've been so close.
At least cards, presents, maybe.
Mo Rosenstiel with the corner kick, but Shayla Watkins deflects it out for Charleroi, headed back toward the Charleroi side of the field. There's a shot by Pellis, but it lands right to Kristen McCann. Taken away by Cartwright. Cartwright the pass out front to Skattel, but it's going to land in the waiting arms again of Sydney Toth. Good opportunity for Greensburg Central Catholic, nullified by Charleroi. On the far side, it's going to roll out of bounds and be a throw-in for Gianna Biddle. 34-23 to play in the second half. Greensburg Central Catholic and Charleroi scoreless. These two teams showing why they are definitely in the championship game. Sydney Ward. There's a touch pass for Rosenstiel, taken away by Kira Watkins. Kira Watkins pass on the far side, stolen away by Sarah Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. Up ahead for Kylie Rosenstiel. Touch pass to the back line. Sydney Ward ahead for Isabella Pellis. Too far for her, but there's Gabrielle Stauffer for Greensburg Central Catholic. Shayla Watkins all over her, and Stauffer just sends it to some open patch of field, and it rolls out of bounds, will belong to Charleroi. Throw in a bit to our right here. Head to Adriana Gottheld.
Another free kick for Charleroi. Stauffer came in there real hard. Ended up trying to take out the ball and the player both. Hit the player too soon.
McCann to handle the free kick. 33-15 to play in the second half. Still no score. Stauffer. This is Kira Watkins. Kira Watkins has it poked away by Sarah Ward. But it's a long pass up ahead in the direction of Kristen Riley. Caitlin Riley. Caitlin Riley has it taken away by Sydney Ward. Sydney Ward, her pass deflected away.
Good step in front there from Caitlin Riley to deflect it back and allow Charleroi to keep the ball.
Ball now on the Charleroi side of the field, but quickly sent Greensburg Central Catholic side of the field by Morgan Riley, trying to get it to Megan Sterner. Poked away, but Gianna Biddle there waiting for it for Charleroi. Then knocked out of bounds by Sarah Ward. Throw in on the far side for the Cougars. Opportunity for Charleroi. Gianna Biddle. Touch pass for Kira Watkins. Taken away. Good defensive back check there by Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright with some open field ahead to Skattel. Abby Skattel has it taken away by Jessica Day. Skattel gets it back, goes to the ground. Then Day gets it back for Charleroi. Day ahead for Megan Sterner. Poked away from her. Kylie Rosenstiel. Rosenstiel with a long pass ahead. Mo Rosenstiel, her sister, but it's going to go to the goalkeeper, Sydney Toth. Defenses continue to rule the day here, Brandon.
Nobody really able to get a good scoring opportunity so far in this match. Got to do a little bit better job trying to get the ball near the 18-yard line.
Charleroi, ball sent to an open patch of field, taken away by Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. It's going to roll out of bounds and a throw-in for Charleroi. Charleroi's had a little bit more offensive pressure here in the second half.
They have, and Bailey Cartwright has done a very good job defensively, coming back a couple of times, making some defensive stops and turning defense into offense real quick.
Cartwright operating here on the near side of the field this time. Charleroi with the ball. Biddle poked away from her by Rosenstiel. Sterner, here's Biddle again. Biddle on the right side. Biddle, touch pass, but it's stolen away by Greensburg Central Catholic. Ahead to Kylie Rosenstiel with some open field. Rosenstiel, long pass for Cartwright, but there's Lee to knock the ball away from Cartwright. And then the Charleroi defense sends it away from the goal. Kristen Dineza for Greensburg Central Catholic. Dineza with a touch pass to Mo Rosensteel. Trying to get it to Cartwright here on the wing. Cartwright with the ball. There's Lee, of course, on her again. Cartwright gets free momentarily, still handling the ball. Cartwright, crossing pass, deflected by the Charleroi defense. Sarah Ward goes to the ground, sends one just wide of the net, and for good measure, Sydney Toth dove and smacked it out of bounds with her two hands.
Good job by Toth to make sure that got out of bounds. I think that might have been wide, but at the same time, you gotta be better safe than sorry in this situation.
When there's 30 minutes left in the second half of the championship game, we're still scoreless, but a corner kick far side to our right by Greensburg Central Catholic. Mo Rosensteel, the freshman. Cartwright lining up just in front of the net. There's the kick, and it's headed by a Charleroi defender. Abby Skattel trying to keep it in the box for Greensburg Central Catholic. Has to kick it back. And Charleroi controls the ball. Kira Watkins. Over on the right side now. Gianna Biddle. Biddle up ahead to Megan Sterner. Sterner taken away. Greensburg Central Catholic. Sydney Ward. Over to Sarah Orndorff. Orndorff a long pass for Stoffer. There's Skattel operating on her left side. On the left side of the field. Ball taken away once again by Greensburg Central Catholic. But here comes Charleroi. Kira Watkins for Caitlin Riley.
Look out.
Riley with an opportunity. Riley trying to get behind the defense. Caitlin Riley. Riley, touch pass. Watkins sends it back for Riley. Riley sprinting to the ball. Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic is going to beat her to the ball. Riley putting on the pressure, and Ward kicks it out of bounds.
Riley had a better run there if she would have went for goal instead of pull it back out. Was able to find a teammate to get the dump-in pass, but couldn't run it down. Adriana
Gottheld sends it toward the goal, where it's collected by Bella Skattel. 28:36 to play in the second half. 0-0 your score. Long pass ahead to Stoffer, poked away from her by Riley of Charleroi. That's Morgan Riley. But here's Greensburg Central Catholic again. Pass for Pellis. Gottheld takes it away from her. Gottheld wards her off the ball and gets it away from Pellis. Gottheld ahead for Caitlin Riley. But there's Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. Ward to Kylie Rosensteel. Touch pass to Pellis. Pellis sends it to some open field. But there is Shayla Watkins. Shayla Watkins has it taken away, and it's a long pass. McCann, the back line of defense for Charleroi. Skattel gets it away from her. Then Skattel goes to the ground. And McCann, long pass down the field. Greensburg Central Catholic again. Mo Rosensteel. Gabrielle Stoffer sends it to Cartwright. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Shayla Watkins.
I'll say this. If nothing else, the Notre Dame women fighting Irish soccer team is getting a versatile soccer player, because Bailey Cartwright's played about every position short of defense or keeper in this match, because she's trying to get away from, and rightfully so, trying to get away from Aslan Lee.
That's not happened today. Cartwright has been all over the field. Throw in on the far side. Abby Skattel to Mo Rosensteel for Greensburg Central Catholic. Back to Skattel on the left wing. Jessica Day on her. Day has done a good job on Skattel as well.
Exactly.
Another throw in near the corner. This one to Cartwright. Cartwright, touch pass. Ball taken away by Charleroi. Comes back to Greensburg Central Catholic. Mo Rosensteel operating on Day. Up ahead to Abby Skattel. Biddle on her. Skattel bodying up with Day. Both hit the ground hard. Day toppled over Skattel.
And we're going to Greensburg Central. Free kick from about 23 out again.
26:35 to play in the second half. Greensburg Central Catholic and Charleroi are scoreless. Rosensteel with the kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. And the free kick, and they pulled everybody out of the goalkeeper area. Some boo birds in the stands. Kylie Rosensteel with the kick towards the net. That one's going to go wide left.
Goal kick for the Cougars.
Goal kick for Charleroi. Closing in on the 26-minute mark of the second half. And, of course, if we have a tie, you go to overtime. Caitlin McCann. Last line of defense in front of the goalkeeper for Charleroi. Caitlin Riley has it poked away by Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel operating with that ball. Sends it left side to Abby Skattel. Skattel ahead to Stauffer. Stauffer tries to give and go with Skattel, but it's taken away by McCann and knocked out of bounds. Be a throw-in on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic. Sarah Ward to Mo Rosensteel. Sister Kylie sends one in the direction of Cartwright. Cartwright has the ball taken away by Morgan Riley. Central Catholic still. There's the touch pass. Sarah Ward, Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright, pass over on the near side to Stauffer. Stauffer kicks one towards the goal, and Toth's just going to reach up and grab that one. And keep our score at 0-0.
Charleroi, with all the offensive pressure they've been able to put on Greensburg Central, has yet to get a shot in the second half.
Here's Gabrielle Stauffer again, and Stauffer kicks one out of bounds that was deflected by Shayla Watkins of Charleroi. Throw in back to Isabella Pellis. Pellis fed to Mo Rosensteel, taken away by Kira Watkins, but Rosensteel gets it back to Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer.
Just went out of bounds on the near side.
So it will be a throw in for Charleroi. 24-18 to play in the second half. Charleroi nothing. Greensburg Central Catholic nothing. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers at Highmark Stadium. WPIAL Class A Girls Championship game. Boys Class A Championship game coming next. That'll be Avonworth, Seton LaSalle. Bob Workwist and Rob Longo, I believe, on the call on that one. Knocked out of bounds. Looks like it'll be a corner kick for Greensburg Central Catholic, far side to our right.
Third of the second half for corner kicks for Greensburg Central. And Rosensteel goes over to take it again.
Mo Rosensteel handling the corner kick. Cartwright standing right next to the goalkeeper, Toth. There's the kick. Headed towards the net and over the net. Off the head of Sydney Ward. So goal kick for Charleroi.
Yeah. Cartwright, to say Aslan Lee is her best friend tonight or today might be an understatement.
Gonna see her in her dreams.
Lee is just 1, maybe 2 yards away from Cartwright at any given time.
And there's the kick taken away by Cartwright. Cartwright operating. She's in the box. Cartwright shot. Skattel has it taken away from her by McCann. McCann does just a great job on that last line of defense. Sends it far side to Megan Sterner, but it's taken away from Sterner. Charleroi gets it back. Kira Watkins. Watkins with some open space. Long pass for Caitlin Riley. Off the head of Daneza, but it goes towards the goal. But there is Bella Skattel, the keeper for Greensburg Central Catholic. Rolls it forward to Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel, long pass for Stauffer, but Shayla Watkins sends it into the stands. Hey, great catch by somebody in the stands.
Nice over-the-shoulder grab.
Yeah.
Jolianne is her name.
Yeah, we heard that in the stands. She made a nice catch. There's the throw into Cartwright. Defense collapsing on her as it has all day. Charleroi gets it free to Riley. Riley to Megan Sterner. Sterner gets free of the defense, but there's Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. Off her toe, though, Megan Sterner gets it back. Sterner operating with some open space. To Gianna Biddle. Taken away from Biddle. Sydney Ward. Her pass for Stauffer, stolen by Shayla Watkins, but Stauffer shields her off with the left hand. Back to Pellis. Pellis is passed to open field. Bria Watkins. Watkins sending it ahead to Caitlin Riley. But Daneza with some good defense. Riley gets free of her. Riley keeping it on the field of play on the near sideline. Riley's pass taken away by Rosensteel. But there's Gottheld for Charleroi. Kylie Rosensteel keeps it on the field of play. Long pass for Cartwright, but there's McCann. And, of course, there's Lee, the constant companion of Cartwright. Cartwright fights through both of them, but the ball taken away by Aislinn Lee. Ahead to Kira Watkins. Watkins with a touch pass to Gianna Biddle. Biddle, Sterner's open. Biddle tries to pass it to her, but getting back on defense is Sarah Ward. Charleroi gets it back. Ahead to Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel for Cartwright. Cartwright has the ball. Double team on her. Cartwright for Skattel, a bit too far. And McCann will track it down. Instead, she'll let it roll out of bounds. 20:53 to play in the second half. Charleroi, Greensburg Central Catholic are scoreless.
Approaching the 60-minute mark, and Charleroi has got to do something to get themselves offensively in this game. They've got to put more pressure on Greensburg Central and possess the ball in the offensive attack zone as opposed to trying to possess the ball at midfield as they've done all game.
McCann, head for Biddle. This is Kira Watkins. Watkins sends one ahead to Megan Sterner. It's taken away from Sterner by Sarah Orndorff. Dineza loses it to Riley. Riley's pass ahead. Sterner lets it go. Biddle was coming up on it, but Orndorff steals it away for Greensburg Central Catholic. Abby Skattel with some open field on the far side to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright finding Stauffer. Stauffer with some open space, but it's taken away by Shayla Watkins. Then Gottheld backtracks and takes it away. Charleroi on the counterattack. Gottheld's long pass is going to roll out of bounds. We are midway through the second half. Charleroi and Greensburg Central Catholic are scoreless in this Progress First and Turf WPIAL Soccer Championship game. Up ahead, Stauffer trying to find Cartwright, out of bounds. And another good catch by these Charleroi fans in the stands, but it'll be a throw-in by Dineza for Greensburg Central Catholic.
Dineza pressing up from her fullback spot to take these throws.
Dineza looking where to toss this ball. The Rosensteel, and then it went through her legs and taken away by Kira Watkins. But there's Sarah Ward for Greensburg Central Catholic over to Abby Skattel. Jessica Day on her. Skattel trying to get free of that very tight defense by Day. There's a pass, McCann, but Sarah Ward heads it forward to McCann heads it. Rosensteel, Mo Rosensteel sends one high in the air in the direction of Abby Skattel. Jessica Day controls the ball for Charleroi, out of bounds.
Goal kick.
Goal kick for
Greensburg
Charleroi.
Central tried to buy the corner kick. The entire team was pointing over on the far corner. Not able to do such, and now Charleroi will get a goal kick, get a chance to clear it out of the zone with about 18 and a half to go.
And there's Caitlin McCann. But Greensburg Central Catholic gets it back. Skattel tried to head it to Cartwright. Taken away by the Charleroi defense. Cartwright coming after the ball. Rolls past her. Comes to some open space where Pellis awaits it for Greensburg Central Catholic. Isabella Pellis. Stolen away, and here comes the Charleroi Cougars. Watkins pass for Riley, but Sydney Ward's going to beat her to the ball. Sydney Ward. Riley had it momentarily. Ward gets it back. Sydney Ward passing to the middle of the field to Mo Rosensteel. Mo Rosensteel handling to an open Stauffer on the right wing. Stauffer operating near side. Gabrielle Stauffer in the direction of the goal. It gets free. Cartwright over on the far side to Sarah Ward. Ward kicks one up in the air and over the goal and out of bounds.
Toth did a good job there getting her paws on the ball. Was able to deflect just enough of it to get it out off of the foot of Cartwright because Cartwright was breaking down near post and she would have had a wide open shot.
And there's Caitlin McCann. Will handle the goal kick for Jim Rouge Charleroi Cougars. Clock winding down to 17 minutes to play in the second half. Still waiting for our first goal of this one. Ward to Stauffer. Stauffer to Cartwright. Cartwright with Lee on her. Cartwright gets the ball taken away by Gottheld, but it comes to Stauffer. Stauffer tried to get it to Cartwright. Gottheld comes free with the ball, and it's out of bounds. Throw in for Central Catholic. Pellis to Cartwright. Bailey Cartwright just pops one up in the air. And there's McCann for Charleroi. Up to Lee. Lee hasn't had her toe on the ball too much, but she has definitely been a factor in this game. Orndorff. Orndorff's pass deflected. She gets it back. Orndorff works it over on the far side. Stauffer. Stauffer's kick back out. Sarah Ward going to track it down. Then it goes to Mo Rosensteel. Ward touch pass back to Rosensteel. Gianna Biddle marks her. Mo Rosensteel still handling the ball. For Sister Kylie, poked away by Riley. And here comes Charleroi. Caitlin Riley. Her touch pass for Megan Sterner. Stripped away by Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic. Sydney Ward looking for some help. Passes up ahead to Gabrielle Stauffer, but she tried to get it to Cartwright a bit too far. Cartwright trying to ask for a call.
Handball. She was looking for a handball on the play but wasn't able to get it. If anything, though, this game right now is playing into the Cougars' hands because they're battle-tested in close games throughout the playoffs. They went into extra time last game against Shadyside, got a PK on a tackle in the box, and that's what they ended up winning off of, and that was Watkins' 100th goal. So if anything, the battle-testedness of Charleroi is coming into play right now, and Greensburg Central kind of coasted through the playoffs to this point, so Charleroi certainly maybe going to be able to get the better of them.
15-17 to play in the second half of this scoreless tie, the WPIAL Girls Class A Championship Soccer game. Pass deflected, and that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Kira Watkins.
Watkins was looking for Riley there to make a run on the far side. Riley was trying to run up the middle, just a little bit on a different page on that play.
Pellis taken away by Riley, but Greensburg Central Catholic gets it back. Isabella Pellis on the near sideline. Kylie Rosenstiel bodied by Watkins. Watkins gets it free. Over to Sterner.
There's a handball.
Yeah, we will get the handball call there. I admit my soccer knowledge is limited, but I know you can't do that.
Unless, of course, it's the hand of God play.
Yes, Diego Maradona. He never touched it.
No.
Free kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. Rosenstiel sends one downfield. Headed by Charleroi. That's Shayla Watkins. She kicks it out of bounds. So Isabella Pellis with a throw in on the near side to our right. Up ahead to Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer's kick deflected out of bounds again by Shayla Watkins. Pellis this time with a throw into Kylie Rosenstiel. Touch pass back to Isabella Pellis. And Pellis, I don't think she got all of that one. She was trying to kick it forward to Stauffer, and
she was spinning way wrong for her to try to make that play. She got to settle that ball down and try to get it up to Stauffer that way. That ball was bound for going out of bounds.
13:45 to play in the second half. Charleroi nothing. Greensburg Central Catholic nothing. Where we got Cartwright operating now.
Back up to her forward position. Just if you can't find Cartwright, find Lee.
Find Lee, yes. Greensburg Central Catholic gets it back. Ball's on Charleroi side of the field. Then they send it past midfield, but a touch pass from Watkins up ahead to Gottheld. Gottheld with a long pass, but there's Sydney Ward for Greensburg Central Catholic waiting for it. Watkins with a touch pass. That's going to go out of bounds. Be a throw-in to our left on the Charleroi side of the field by Greensburg Central Catholic. Near side, too far for Stauffer. Shayla Watkins sends one up in the air, but there's Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward out of bounds trying to find Pellis.
Pellis not used to playing these minutes. When you lose a junior starter, Shannon Sally, 38 seconds into the game, Pellis has been really put to the test this game, and you can kind of see it now as she's not moving as quickly as she was the first half.
Sarah Ward sends it to Charleroi side of the field, but there's McCann. McCann, the steady defender for Charleroi. What a great defensive effort from the Cougars here in this morning contest. There's a long pass. Not taking anything away from the defense of Greensburg Central Catholic, who has an opportunity. Charleroi with a chance. There's a kick, and it's going to go wide of the net. Megan Sterner came in on the goalkeeper, but it will be a corner kick for the Charleroi Cougars.
Good recovery there by number 3, Sydney Ward for Greensburg Central. She was able to get back on the play and kick the ball out of bounds, clear it out. But this is only the 4th corner of the game for the Cougars, first of the second half. Let's see if they can complete this one.
Near side, handling the corner kick, Morgan Riley to our left. Riley's kick off the bounce, deflected out of bounds by Daneza, so it'll be another corner
kick for the Cougars.
Clock with 11:43 and turning to play in the second half of this scoreless tie. A goal here would be huge. Morgan Riley, the junior, taking her time. Ball in the near corner. Walks up to it, kind of steadies it. Puts it in the position where she wants it. Approaches the ball, kicks it towards the net, headed out of bounds by Daneza again. So this one will be a throw-in. Riley with the throw-in, but it goes right to Sydney.
Smart throw by Riley.
And out of bounds.
Smart throw by Riley.
Yes,
get the ball high and set yourself up for a corner. That's a hard throw to make whenever you're that close to the corner. You're so used to running a corner play Very hard throw to make, very hard throw to get anything off of.
Morgan Riley again with another corner, her third in the last couple of minutes. And this one going to be deflected out of bounds. But no, it goes right back to Riley. So she'll have to throw this one in. It was deflected out there by Pellis off the head of Sydney Ward. Back to Shayla Watkins. Charleroi pinching up on defense now, trying to get that elusive goal. Megan Sterner battling Orndorff for the ball. Sterner still handling for Charleroi. The freshman has it taken away by Skattel, and then it goes off the toe of Gianna Biddle. Going to be a throw-in on the far side and a substitution, and they're getting Pellis out of the game.
Well, they're getting Pellis out of the game and getting Erin Finley into the game. She was warming up in the first half and went in a little bit, but not for Pellis, went in on the opposite side. So Finley, who's listed as a goalkeeper on the roster, she plays fullback in midfield as well.
Ball out of bounds. Will belong to Charleroi. Throw in on the far side. Under 10 minutes to play in regulation time. Charleroi, Greensburg Central Catholic scoreless. Biddle with the throw in for Sterner. Knocked away from Sterner. Rosensteel trying to get it to Sister Mo, and then she kicks it off the scoreboard. So with 9.5 to play, a throw in on the far side for Charleroi. Got a feeling the momentum's going to the Cougars a little bit.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with how battle-tested they are coming into this game through the playoffs. They're used to playing games like this. If you look at Greensburg Central's results through the entire season, they're not used to games like this.
Ball ahead to Cartwright, but taken away from her. And here's Kira Watkins with the ball in the middle of the field. Kira Watkins, pass ahead. Riley's ahead of the defense, but is going to be beaten to the ball by Bella Skattel, the Greensburg Central Catholic goalkeeper. And Skattel.
Rosensteel's getting asked to calm down on the field a little bit by the referee in the middle.
Kicks it ahead, but there's Watkins again. Kira Watkins for Charleroi. Another pass for Riley. This one's going to be too far and roll out of bounds. Sunshiny Saturday here at Highmark Stadium. Goal kick for the Centurions.
Sunshiny Super Soccer Saturday. There. See, we'll add to the Super Soccer Saturday.
I'm glad you said that. I'd have stumbled over a couple of those.
Notice I said it once, not 3 times.
Gets past Findlay. Got held, but Findlay takes it away from her, but it rolls out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for Charleroi at about midfield. Tossed forward for Riley. A lot of defenders around her. Both teams upping their game on defense. Watkins got held in the middle of the field now to Megan Sterner. Sterner loses it. But there's Gianna Biddle, her teammate, to pick her up. Taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic. Off the toe of Shayla Watkins. Here's Bailey Cartwright. Waiting for something to happen, but it's stripped away. Great defensive play there by Morgan Riley of Charleroi.
And the entire defensive backfield of Charleroi is going to be able to talk about this the rest of their life, shutting down a Division I recruit. Just really stifling Cartwright on the field.
Girl who averages over 3 goals a game. This is a team that averages 7 goals a contest. Great defensive effort for Charleroi. Kira Watkins to Megan Sterner. And Rosenstiel boots it up off Sterner's body. Sterner not worse for wear. Greensburg Central Catholic out of bounds off the toe of Kristen Dineza. Throw in for Gottheld. Dineza heads it forward in the direction of Stauffer. Taken away by Watkins. Charleroi looking for a handball call there off Stauffer. Watkins gets free. Up ahead to Sterner, but it's taken away by Sydney Ward. Fans getting excited with each pass here in the final 6:47 of this one. No score. Taken away Cartwright. Back pass. Finley up ahead to Abby Skattel. Through the legs of a couple of defenders, but there's McCann in her usual spot cleaning up the garbage. Up ahead, Cartwright heads it to Skattel. Skattel heads it over onto the near side. Trying to track it down there is Stauffer, but it rolled out of bounds, and the ball belongs to Charleroi. What a defensive performance from these two teams. And this one's going to be a throw-in near side now for Greensburg Central Catholic.
And Pellis is going to come back in for Finley. I noticed Finley on her right knee is wearing one of those tapes that you can buy for like a sore muscle or a twisted muscle of some sorts, and not exactly playing a lot of minutes.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Charleroi. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. Charleroi, Greensburg Central Catholic scoreless. There's the throw in on the near side. Cartwright with the ball. Cartwright kicks one high in the air in direction of Sarah Ward. No, that's Mo Rosensteel, excuse me. And her shot just bounces harmlessly to Sydney Toth, the Charleroi goalie. Toth up ahead, trying to find Caitlin Riley. They're starting to put her all over the field. Pass too far for Sterner. And there's Sydney Ward of Greensburg Central Catholic to collect it. Up in the air, headed forward by Gottheld. Kira Watkins. Watkins off the face of Pellis. And that puts Greensburg Central Catholic on the attack, but the pass for Cartwright too far. And again, Bailey Cartwright showing that frustration. This one going to be headed out of bounds by Sarah Ward. She looks a little injured. Took a shot to the chest area. And now being knocked to the ground is Dineza. And there's one booted high into the stands. The ball belongs to Charleroi.
Rosensteel just punted that ball away. He was able to put it up into the stands. Now it'll be throw Charleroi from about 45, 50 out.
Pellis heads one off the bounds, off the head of one of the security guards. Kind of tips his cap to the ground.
He went to head it. He meant to
did
head
he?
that. Yeah, he came forward through on the head, perfect form and everything.
Oh, that was nice. He's probably played the game a little bit. There's the throw in. Sarah Ward trying to get it free, but Charleroi keeps it. Knocked away from Biddle, but there's Kira Watkins with a touch pass back to Gianna Biddle. Biddle over to Riley. Caitlin Riley operating, stripped of the ball by Sarah Orndorff. Rosensteel. Now here's Mo Rosensteel with the ball. The Rosensteel sisters operating. Now there's a pass over on the near side, to Pellis. Pellis sends it in the middle of the field, but there's Kira Watkins of Charleroi. Watkins ahead to Caitlin Riley. Ward marking her. Pass deflected by Mo Rosensteel. Mo Rosensteel has it with 3:45 to play. Long pass ahead. Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright. 3 defenders around her. Touch pass to an open Stauffer on the near wing. Stauffer keeps it on the field of play. Sends it to the net. Cartwright. Cartwright in the goalkeeper area. Cartwright shoots. Diving save by Toth!
Oh, my. Cartwright's ability to go from the air with the ball directly down at her feet and then turns and left foots it, and Toth is able to get her body in front of it.
That one looked like it was heading netward off the toe of Bailey Cartwright. Huge save by Sydney Toth, keeping us scoreless with 3:10 to play in regulation. Kira Watkins, long pass for Sterner, too far.
Our partner, our colleague Bob Orquist, does some soccer for Pitt Women's Soccer, occasionally for the ACC network. He's seen what he's going to see when Notre Dame comes to town a couple times a year in Bailey Cartwright. My goodness, her foot skill is good. I can see why she's playing Division I.
Just been marked tightly, and that was just a great save by Toth. Throw in with 2:40 to play of the scoreless tie. Charleroi awaiting the ball, and it's kicked out of bounds by Shayla Watkins. And I think Bailey Cartwright thought she had a goal there.
Oh, she really thought she had a goal, and Toth did an amazing job getting her body across the grain and being able to take that down.
There's the throw into Cartwright. Cartwright on the right wing in the box area. Booted away from her by Lee. Out of bounds.
Corner kick for
Greensburg Central Catholic as we close in on the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes to play. Yes, I'm getting excited here.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I'm not in your road. I'm trying to lean in and see what's going on. Stauffer's going to take the corner.
Cartwright lining up right in front of the goalkeeper. Gabrielle Stauffer lining up for the corner kick. There it is, coming to Cartwright. And it went off the toe, I believe, of Sarah Ward and out of bounds. So it'll be a goal kick for Charleroi with 1:40 to play.
Cartwright has the right idea, though, because if she's going to have a defender attracted to her constantly, why not get 3 bodies right next to the goal, 2 bodies right next to the goaltender plus the goaltender? It gives you a little bit better of an opportunity to maybe create a little bit of intentional traffic in the goal area.
Stauffer. Pass deflected out of bounds, be a throw-in, and they do it quickly up ahead to Bailey Cartwright. Lee in her back pocket. Triple team on defense. Cartwright gets free with the ball. Touch pass to Pellis. Closing in on the final minute of regulation time. Mo Rosensteel back to Kylie Rosensteel, her sister. She kicks one towards the net, headed
1 minute remaining in the half.
Out of bounds. And a corner kick with 57 seconds to play in regulation. Near side to our right. Stauffer handling. Cartwright parks herself in front of the net. The kick by Stauffer. Skatel has it saved by Toth off Sarah Ward with the header. Beautiful save by Toth with 40 seconds to play. And Charleroi with a counter-attack. 30 seconds to play in regulation time. Bailey Cartwright with the ball. Cartwright, left foot, right foot. Her pass deflected by Lee. Charleroi takes it away. Pass ahead. Biddle loses it. Rosensteel for Charleroi. For Greensburg Central Catholic. Sister Mo Rosensteel. Closing in on the final 10 seconds of regulation. Rosensteel knocked away from Skatel. Kylie Rosensteel, maybe one last opportunity. And that is going to be the end of regulation time, and we are scoreless due to the fantastic goalkeeper work of Sydney Toth.
My goodness, that header off the corner, you would have never thought Toth was going to come up with that ball. I saw all net in the background. She did a good job going left to right and bringing in that ball.
So we got a 5-minute break, then we go to our first of 2 overtimes, 15 minutes, right? Just one overtime?
Well, two potential overtimes.
Right.
First goal wins. 2 15-minute periods are slated. Golden goal, but if we go the full 30 minutes, we play 110 minutes of soccer and nobody's decided the game, then we go to a 5-player goal kick shootout. And again, this plays into what Charleroi wanted to do. When Greensburg Central's averaging 7 goals a game, and when Bailey Cartwright herself is averaging 3 goals a game, they've done a good job shutting her down and really kind of concentrating on the defensive side of the ball.
And I have seen a lot of frustration on the faces of the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. They had 2 golden opportunities in those last few minutes.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
One by Cartwright and the other one by Sarah Ward, the header.
Yeah, those golden opportunities, if you can't complete those hurt not only emotionally but mentally and physically, because you really do think that you're going to end up getting that big time goal, not able to get it past Toth, and my goodness, is Toth having a heck of a game.
So of course the
first game of the day delays everything.
Yes, we have 4. All AA and single A boys and girls. Single A boys coming up next. That's Seton LaSalle, Abernworth. Bob Orquist, Rob Longo on the call. But we're not done here yet. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers on a sunshiny Saturday, Super Soccer Saturday.
You almost said it right.
I almost got it. I screwed it up. Highmark Stadium, Class A WPIAL Girls Championship game. First goal in overtime. And first goal in overtime means a WPIAL championship. So you're remembered forever.
Oh. First goal, and unfortunately, one of these teams has to lose because they're both playing a very great game, a very well played game.
And we haven't given any credit to our camera person.
Jess Levo
who's come in from the cold to get warmed up here during the break.
Well, she's doing overtime.
3 of the
she's
4
doing triple
games,
duty.
So we'll give her every right to come in here and get warmed up a little bit.
I will give her this. She is used to the cold, wearing a polar plunge jacket, so she is used to the cold. So I'll give her that.
Yeah, I'm an absolute wimp in the cold. So.
That's why when you looked at me before the game and pointed and said, "Are we out here?" I'm like, no.
So we've got a 15-minute overtime period. If there is a goal in either of the overtime periods, a WPIAL champion will be crowned. If not, we'll go to the penalty kicks. And, of course, in the background, you hear the popular Europe song Final Countdown.
I've done 3 penalty kick playoff games if this goes into a penalty kick.
This is my first overtime game of the postseason. I've been pretty fortunate.
So, you know what? It must be me then.
I shouldn't say fortunate like it's a bad thing. It's a great soccer game.
I blamed Matt Vandriak for it because it was the 2 that I've done have been with Vandriak. It must be me.
We're ready to start the second half of this one. Greensburg Central Catholic losing a key defender, Shannon Sally, 38 seconds into the game with an injury, and she wasn't able to do anything with that left leg as they helped her off the field.
She was wrapped up, and it almost looked like it was like a makeshift cast almost, which I hope it wasn't for her sake because that'll end her season, but we can hope that she'll get back for the state playoffs. Again, neither of these teams are done playing after today. They'll both go into the PIAAs, so you take a lot from this game if you're either team, and you take a lot of your positives from it. And Charleroi defense has been a major, major, major positive.
And the PIAA playoffs start Tuesday with first-round action. The winner of this game will play the champion of District 10, while the loser of this game will be the number 2 seed out of District 7 and play the champion of District 5. So we're about ready to start overtime here at Highmark Stadium. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers. There's a couple of the teams getting ready for the next game. St. LaSalle Rebels across the field from us, taking on the Antelopes of Avonworth. Europe has made a lot of green off this song.
Yes, they have.
Because I can't name any other song they've done.
Well, and they're back in it now with the commercial.
Television commercial is very popular and seen constantly.
Oh my! It's turned into the Peyton Manning of DirecTV.
That's why I have the my remote. I never see commercials.
The DVR.
Greensburg Central Catholic will go from left to right. Charleroi from right to left. 15 minutes on the clock as we have overtime number 1 here at Highmark Stadium. And if we get a goal 10 seconds into the overtime, game ends then. This is not like World Cup soccer where they play the entire overtime.
I would hope for both of these teams we don't get a goal 10 seconds in, just the way they played for the first 80 minutes of the game.
Getting her toe on the ball. Kira Watkins, third leading scorer in the WPIAL. Watkins with a pass over to Sterner. Touch pass back for Watkins. A little bit of a give and go. Ball sent ahead but taken away by Pellis of Greensburg Central Catholic. Now Morgan Riley of Charleroi. There's Dineza for Greensburg Central Catholic. The Stauffer. Stauffer long pass for Skattel. Abby Skattel tries to find Bailey Cartwright, but a little bit behind Cartwright, not a bounce. And then Cartwright with a little bit of a shove. Adriana Gottheld.
That's the frustration starting to show through, too.
Gottheld's throw-in goes out of bounds. And Coach Jim Rue of Charleroi is telling his fans, settle down, settle down. He has just been calm and cool, although he wasn't when we talked to him before the game. He was a bit nervous.
They both were.
Yes, they were. There's the pass. Greensburg Central Catholic. Isabella Pellis sends it over to Mo Rosensteel on the far side. Rosensteel in the middle of the field operating. Rosensteel handling the ball with some open field back to Isabella Pellis. Touch pass. Here's Cartwright with the ball. Cartwright. There's that double team. Now there's 5 defenders around her. And the ball
nobody wanted to get the ball.
Yeah, none of them went for the ball, so Cartwright kicked it, but it's still taken away by the Charleroi Cougars. And then it's knocked out of bounds by Kristen Dineza, the senior midfielder for Greensburg Central Catholic. Pass ahead, but there's Sydney Ward. Sydney Ward bodies the ball, kicks it downfield, taken away, and then Morgan Riley just mishit that one out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Greensburg Central Catholic, near side. There's the toss for Abby Skattel. Skattel.
Coming over from her left side, going to the right now.
Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward's got some space. Ward shoots, but this one goes right to Toth. Toth has been a wall in the net for Charleroi.
Especially on corners.
There were a couple of great opportunities by Greensburg Central Catholic late. Mo Rosensteel to Sarah Ward. Kylie Rosensteel. Pellis, Isabella Pellis. Taken away by Biddle. For Charleroi over to Shayla Watkins. Shayla Watkins sends it over on the far side. Touch pass back to Kylie Rosensteel. Rosensteel has it stripped by Sterner. Caitlin Riley ahead of her. Sterner left foots it up ahead to Riley, but coming back on defense is Dineza. Riley gets it free. Sydney Ward takes the ball away. Sydney Ward coming from left to right. Ward's pass to Stauffer, stolen away by Charleroi, but Ward gets it back up ahead, and there's Shayla Watkins for the Charleroi Cougars. Watkins pass for Riley. Riley knocked to the ground. Central Catholic playing a physical game. Dineza skitters one along the sidelines, and it rolled out of bounds. Belonged to the Charleroi Cougars for a throw-in. 12 minutes to go in overtime number 1 of this scoreless tie. There's the throw-in. Bit too far. So Sydney Ward tracks it down for Greensburg Central Catholic. Ward's pass for Stauffer too far. Quick throw in from the Charleroi Cougars ahead to Riley. Sydney Ward. There's a header. Kira Watkins operating near side for Charleroi. Sends one towards the net. Sterner in pursuit of the ball. Knocked away by the Greensburg Central Catholic defense. That was Orndorff. Out of bounds throw in. Watkins to Riley. Riley has the ball taken away. Good defensive work by Rosensteel for Greensburg Central Catholic. And it'll be a goal kick for Greensburg Central Catholic.
Good job of Rosensteel to shield that ball and let it roll out of bounds over top of the end line. Pick up the goal kick, not making sure she doesn't touch the ball to allow a corner kick and an offensive opportunity for the Cougars.
Rosensteel ahead to Sarah Ward, but it went off the toe of Gianna Biddle. Over to Mo Rosensteel. Pass up ahead. Abby Skatell. Skatell to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright finds Ward. Ward's in on goal. Ward's diving save. Kicking the ball away by Sydney Toth.
That's her 10th save of the match.
She has just done a great job.
Charleroi's total shots on goal, 1. And it was in the first half.
Be a corner kick for Greensburg Central Catholic. Far side to our right. Sarah Ward with another opportunity. But diving out, kicking it away, was Sydney Toth. Ward, left-footed on the corner kick. And that one, not a very good effort.
Never came in bounds. Ward slipped. Her plant foot didn't plant.
So with 10 minutes to play in the first overtime, we remain scoreless, 0-0. And there's Caitlin McCann doing her thing with the goal kick for the Cougars. Over on the far side, too far for Biddle. Megan Sterner there, touch pass back to Biddle. Biddle kicks it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic. Just looking for Bailey Cartwright and Ashlyn Lee, see where they're kind of operating. Ball comes to Cartwright. Cartwright on the left wing. Cartwright sends pass across the field to Stauffer, taken away from her by Shayla Watkins. Shayla Watkins shielding the ball from Stauffer, but loses it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in on the near side for Gabrielle Stauffer. Stauffer's pass. Gottheld. Gottheld's going to send it down the field, and it's going to stay on the field of play. Good play by Watkins to kick it ahead. But there's Greensburg Central Catholic around the ball. Kylie Rosenstill. Too far for Skatell, and there's Toth to collect it. Busy goalkeeper for Charleroi. Toth boots that one high in the air. Kylie Rosenstiel to Skatell. Skatell tried to get it to Cartwright, taken away from her. Then Sarah Ward got it back momentarily, but there's Morgan Riley. Pellis keeps it on the Charleroi side of the field to Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright, touch pass head to Sarah Ward. Ward sends it for Skatell, but a bit too far and out of bounds.
And when Cartwright gets the ball, Lee's giving her a little bit more space, letting her turn. But the thing about it is Charleroi's defense is completely collapsing on her whenever the ball's at her feet and trying to shut her down that way this time, instead of the way they did it in the first and second half, and that was just sheerly stifling defense by Lee.
Throw in on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic. Mo Rosenstiel to her sister Kylie. Sends one towards the net. Shayla Watkins pops it up in the air to the head of Abby Skatell. Skatell too far for Cartwright. Stauffer with a chance on the right wing. Stauffer kicks it, hits the side of the net.
I saw the net shake, and it's ready to go crazy.
Stauffer wanted a goal kick there, but the referee's like, nah. So it'll be a goal kick for Charleroi. We see our second train of the morning coming by.
Again, it goes counterproductive because the flow of the game's starting to go the other way.
Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright shoots, hits the top of the net! Very inches away from a goal. Skatell battling for the ball. Pass for Cartwright, taken away by Charleroi. The bar at the top of the net. The only thing that stayed between that and the goal. Here's Skatell. Her pass for Cartwright, deflected by Charleroi. Sarah Ward with a chance, and that one goes wide left.
I mean, she beat Toth, if you want to say that it beat her, but it ended up hitting off the crossbar. I don't know if Toth realized how high that shot was or what, but she wasn't able to get up on it to put it over top and parry it over the net.
6:36 to play in overtime. Still looking for our first goal here today. Overtime number 1. Greensburg Central Catholics had some great opportunities. Cartwright off the crossbar that time. Orndorff knocked away by Sterner, and it'll belong to Greensburg Central Catholic with the throw-in on the far side. Charleroi fans in front of us, a little bit of a Cougar chant. Rosensteel, the junior. Isabella Pellis. Her pass for Skattel taken away, but Sarah Ward gets it back off the toe of Gianna Biddle. Mo Rosensteel, the freshman. Biddle marking her. Rosensteel on the far side with the ball, and her kick goes out of bounds.
Goal kick for Charleroi.
Goal kick for Charleroi.
Charleroi playing a heck of a defensive game and a very good defensive game out of the Cougars so far. I'm impressed on how they've held this high-powered offense scoreless through 90 minutes of soccer so far.
And there's been some great opportunities for Greensburg Central Catholic. Sydney Toth has stood tall in the net for the Cougars. Greensburg Central Catholic with the ball again. Rosensteel splits a double team. Looking for Cartwright. Ball taken away by Charleroi. But Mo Rosensteel gets it back to Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward in the middle of the field. Back pass for Bellis. Caitlin Riley comes back and gets it for Charleroi to Kira Watkins. Charleroi in the attack from right to left. Watkins with a long pass, but this one's going to come to the goalie, Bella Skattel, Abby's sister.
A lot of substitutions for Greensburg Central, rotating in and out. But at the same time, I haven't seen much for Charleroi at all.
I thought Cartwright had an opportunity there, but McCann was waiting for it. Stauffer kicks one high in the air. Toth wants it to hit the ground and gets it with Abby Skattel breathing down her neck.
And that's a difficult play for Toth because you don't want to go out and get it on before the hop and try to short hop it because then it's just going to trickle over into the net. But at the same time, Skattel did a good job running through the play and trying to play it through the contact on Toth's hands.
Throw in right in front of us here on the near side. Daneza gets it up to Cartwright. Cartwright with the ball. Cartwright operating. Right foot, left foot, back to the right foot. Cartwright still handling that ball. Cartwright shot deflected. An opportunity, but there's a kick. Toth is able to grab it off the toe of Sarah Ward. 4 minutes to play in overtime, number 1. Charleroi and Greensburg Central Catholic scoreless. Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers at Highmark Stadium. WPIAL Class A Girls Championship game. Sterner gets it free for Charleroi. Sterner with some open field. Taken away, and Rosensteel sends it out of bounds on the near side. Be a throw-in for Charleroi. And there's the throw-in from Gottheld to Kira Watkins. Gottheld gets it back. Gottheld taken away by Isabella Pellis for Greensburg Central Catholic. Sends it on Charleroi's side of the field off the toe of Shayla Watkins. Abby Skattel with a chance. Skattel to Cartwright. Cartwright on the double team. Cartwright handling the ball. Cartwright shoots. Shot deflected by Aislinn Lee. Shayla Watkins sends it ahead. Adriana Gottheld. Gottheld. Her pass taken away by Daneza. Daneza. Greensburg Central Catholic again. Orndorff over on the far side. Mo Rosensteel. Rosensteel in pursuit of the ball, as is Jessica Day of Charleroi. Out of bounds. Be a throw-in for the Cougars. Pass knocked out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Cougars. 2:43 to play in overtime, number 1. Still have not had a goal in this one, and we're going to need one. And we'll have to go to penalty kicks. Ball taken away by Shayla Watkins. Sends it out of bounds on the near sideline. Daneza with the throw-in for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. Daneza. That one off the head of Gottheld. Riley. Megan Sterner. Megan Sterner battling Sarah Orndorff for the ball.
Sterner's had a good overtime period so far offensively for Charleroi.
Pass for Gianna Biddle taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic. Skattel sends it forward in the direction of Cartwright. Cartwright bodies the ball. Bailey Cartwright operating. Cartwright with a pass to Sarah Ward. Sarah Ward slide pass to Skattel. Skattel shoots, and it goes wide of the net. and she had an open net, and Skattel just couldn't put it out.
Oh, my.
I thought we were seeing the end of the game right there. Abby Skattel just couldn't put it home. Goal kick for the Cougars with 1.5 minutes to play in overtime number 1. And Greensburg Central Catholic has just had numerous opportunities.
They're up to 11 shots on goal. They've had about 15 or 16 scoring opportunities so far, just not on the net.
Kira Watkins sends one far side. Sterner and Orndorff going after it, and Orndorff knocks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Charleroi, closing in on the final minute of overtime number 1. And there's the throw-in for Megan Sterner. Orndorff marking her. Sterner, touch pass, taken away. Kylie Rosensteel, long pass for Cartwright. Cartwright operating at midfield with the ball. Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright has some open field. Bailey Cartwright still operating. Splits the double team. Pass to Skattel. Skattel went for the touch pass to Cartwright. Didn't get enough of the ball. Knocked away by Charleroi. And there's the Cougars, but Mo Rosensteel keeping it on the Charleroi side of the field, but it goes to Jessica Day, and Day sends it out of bounds.
Day did a good job there, clearing it almost to midfield, get it off of the offensive pressure. We're down to about 30 seconds to go in the first period, overtime period.
Kylie Rosensteel, far side, 20 seconds to play in the overtime. Off the toe of Stauffer, and it's going to roll out of bounds with 15 seconds to play in the overtime. Quick throw in from Greensburg Central Catholic. And no, it's going to be Charleroi's ball with 10 seconds to play in the overtime. There's the throw-in, too far for Caitlin Riley, off the head of Pellis, and 1 overtime is in the books, and we are still scoreless here in the WPIAL Girls Class A Championship soccer game, being brought to you, of course, by Progress First and Turf. So we'll get another overtime.
2-minute break now. We go into a 2-minute period break. There's no other term for it because
sounds good. And Abby Skattel had an open net there. I don't know how that one did not find the net.
She did, but Bailey Cartwright is over on the sideline getting a drink right now, but this entire Greensburg Central team is just visibly frustrated. Again, they're not used to playing in a situation like this where it's this close of a game and their opponent is staying with them step for step. That's what Charleroi is doing, is just staying with them step for step throughout the entire game.
They've outscored the opposition thus far in the playoffs, 18-3. 7-0 over Quigley, 4-1 over Sewickley Academy, 7-2 over Freedom in the semifinals. Not too many tight games. There was a 1-point victory over Shadyside Academy October 9th. Other than that, at least 2 goals. The only loss came September 7th to Rocky River High School out of Rocky River, Ohio. 20 straight wins for Central Catholic, and they have had the better of play here today, just haven't been able to put the ball in the net.
Well, and a lot of it has to do with the keeper on the other side of the field. Toth has stood on her head all morning so far to this point. And I guess we can officially almost say all afternoon because it's 11:57.
We're closing in on the afternoon. And, of course, this, like you said, will send every game back.
I am happy, and I don't know about you, that I got the first game of the day.
Yes.
And not the last.
And you said that today is a special day for you. Happy 6th anniversary to Brandon and your wife,
Kristen.
So you want to get this game over with.
I'm fine.
Well, this has been an exciting soccer game. There is no score.
A very, very, very exciting soccer game.
We have had a lot of excitement. So both teams will come back on the field. Central Catholic, white jerseys, white shorts, maroon numeral, and a G, a maroon G on the front of the jersey. It looks like the G you will see on the helmets of the Green Bay Packers of the NFL. Charleroi, red jerseys, black shorts, white numerals. Well, one of the hazards of all the broadcasting we've been doing the last couple of weeks, the voice starting to get away.
Now, especially with football playoffs starting too, how exciting those games can be.
And we'll be quarterfinal round next Friday. There is a football game on the MSA Sports Network Day, City League Championship game.
Can Alderdice avenge a loss to Brashear in the championship last year? Heard this last night. Alderdice, since the 60s, has not won a City League championship. This is a school that graduated Curtis Martin, one of the all-time leading rushers in the NFL.
Let's see if they can do that today. Dawn Rebel Steve Nagler on the call at Couples Stadium of that one. Central Catholic ball, Centurions from right to left as we start overtime number 2. No goal in this one. We will go to the penalty kicks. Pass ahead for Skattel, taken away. Kira Watkins to Megan Sterner. Sterner loses it to Central Catholic. Bailey Cartwright with a touch pass to Kylie Rosensteel, ahead to Abby Skattel. Some open field for the Centurions. Sarah Ward pinch. No, this is Mo Rosensteel to Skattel. Skattel, back pass. Kylie Rosensteel. Shot and on a bounce. It's collected by the goalkeeper, Sydney Toth. She has been absolutely outstanding in the net for Charleroi tonight.
Stood on her head. She stood on her head multiple times and kept her team in this game.
I knew I was going to say tonight at least once, because we're used to doing night games.
I think I said it a couple times already, too. So.
Mo Rosensteel backtracks, gets the ball for Greensburg Central Catholic. Rosensteel to Abby Skattel. Skattel with some open field. Abby Skattel had a great chance in overtime number 1. Skattel, right foot with the ball. Pass for Bailey Cartwright. Cartwright bodies the ball, gets free. Cartwright shoots. Toth dives and saves it again.
I've decided who I want to interview if Charleroi ends up pulling this game out.
I believe we want the goalkeeper for our center stage interview. Sydney Toth has been unbelievable.
Sydney Toth and whoever scores the goal.
The senior keeper for Charleroi. Knocked out of bounds by Charleroi. Throw in near side. 13.5 to play in overtime number 2. Mo Rosensteel to older sister Kylie. Mo gets it back. Touch pass. A little give and go action for Central Catholic. Kylie Rosensteel, she's free on the near side wing. Her shot deflected by Jessica Day. And we got a whistle.
Rosensteel threw her arm up.
Charleroi fans like that.
She gave the good old elbow check.
So a goal kick for Caitlin McCann for Charleroi. Cougars going from left to right. McCann ahead. Gianna Biddle for the Cougars, marked by Mo Rosensteel. Now Kylie Rosensteel. Head to Abby Skattel. Abby Skattel, marked by Jessica Day. Skattel, near side, left wing. Kick in the middle of the field. Bailey Cartwright with the ball. There collapses the defense. Sarah Ward gets it back. Ward over on the far side to Gabrielle Stauffer for Greensburg Central Catholic. Stauffer tries a pass for Cartwright. Can't get it to her. Charleroi defense collapses around the ball, sends it out of bounds on the far side, where it'll be a throw-in for for the Centurions.
I got to wonder if Lee by now has found out what Cartwright wants for Christmas.
They've gotten to know each other, that's for sure.
Or what color she's wearing to prom this year, or wore to Christmas dance, or whatever.
She has followed Bailey Cartwright all over the field. And there's a throw-in by Kristen Dinez on the far side for Greensburg Central Catholic for Bailey Cartwright, off her toe. Cartwright has it. Cartwright operating in the box. Triple team collapse. Ball's kicked towards the net. Score! Sarah Ward scores for the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions, who will win the WPIAL 2015 Class A Soccer Championship.
The 108th minute of the game, 108:05. Sarah Ward just chipped it over top of the outstretched arm of Toth.
And the defense collapsed on Cartwright. The ball came free to Ward, and Ward found the net. And as you said, it's the cliche, overused so many times. Tough game for either team to lose. We need a commercial break here, do we not?
We need a lot of commercial
Final
breaks.
score, Greensburg Central Catholic 1, Charleroi 0. You're listening to the 2015 WPIAL Girls Soccer Playoff, sponsored by Progress and Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Hi, this is Don Rebel, inviting you to log on each Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for This Week in the WPIAL, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Join me along with other MSA Sports members each week as we talk to head coaches around District 7, plus run down all the high school football action and preview the top games for the upcoming weekend. That's This Week in the WPIAL, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
No regrets.
You may have some regrets in life, but not with Erie Insurance. We'll treat you fairly and won't penalize you for a mishap. And we have great rates. So instead of regrets, get to know Erie. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with us year after year. Get a quote today.
Call the Mills Agency, servicing Greensburg, Ligonier, and Jeanette. 724-834-3015.
Erie Insurance.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers back at Highmark Stadium. The Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions repeat as WPIAL champions of Class A, but it wasn't easy. Scoring at the 11:55 mark of overtime number 2, Sarah Ward finding the back of the net. It wasn't even one of the
It wasn't even a wide open scoring opportunity like they had a couple of times off of the corner kick. Toth did an amazing job keeping her team in the game, and it was one of those fluke goals that they gave up, which in a game like that, 110th minute or 108th minute of the game to get that goal, not only does that hurt, that stings.
They are giving the silver medals now to the Charleroi Cougars. As we've mentioned, both of these teams will continue play. PIA Girls Soccer Championship start Tuesday. Greensburg Central Catholic will play the champion of District 10. Charleroi will play the champ of District 5. We'll wrap things up here in just a bit. 1-0 was the final score. Greensburg Central Catholic defeating Charleroi in double overtime. You are listening to the 2015 WPIAL Girls Soccer Playoffs, sponsored by Progress and Carlo University on the MSA Sports Network.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose Progress, first in turf. Progress has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Paul Paterra, Brandon Showers at Highmark Stadium. Greensburg Central Catholic wins the WPIAL Girls Soccer Championship 1-0 on a Sarah Ward goal in the second overtime. Coming up next, Boys Class A Championship, Avonworth, Seton LaSalle. Bob Orquist, Rob Longo on the call for that one. And, of course, Jess Levo will continue her work behind the camera. Great defensive effort by Charleroi and Greensburg Central Catholic, of course, but Charleroi fighting off numerous attacks of Greensburg Central Catholic. Greensburg Central Catholic finally does get the game-winning goal in the second overtime.
Well, let's keep in mind, this is a Centurions team that came into the game averaging 7 goals a game on the year, come into it and only give up 1 goal to them. And you can see the Centurions as they present the second-place trophy to the Charleroi Cougars, congratulating their opponents because they know what they faced today and they know how good of a team Charleroi was today as Greensburg Central now gets their trophy to get with the team and everything like that. But very impressive game. And Charleroi might make some noise in the state playoffs.
Yeah, both these teams are going to be forces to be reckoned with in the PIAA playoffs. So we'll wrap things up here. Remember, coming up next, the Boys Class A Championship game, Avonworth and Seton LaSalle. The final score, once again, Greensburg Central Catholic defeats Charleroi in double overtime 1-0 to clinch the WPIAL Class A Soccer Championship. For my partner, Brandon Showers, this is Paul Paterra reminding you that your home for WPIAL High School Sports is the MSA Sports Network.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs at msasports.net, sponsored in part by ProGrass, by Carlow University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the WPIAL Soccer Playoffs by logging on every day to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.